YG Podcast. On today's episode, we're going to be having a special guest. Actually, our special guest is already here. We're going to introduce her, Melissa B. Fierce.
Woo!
Maybe
Okay,
J-Lo.
J-Lo.
Okay. Now we're talking.
Okay.
Calm down, Latoya. Put Latoya on.
Okay,
someone.
J-Lo.
Always.
Bitch, when you're
everyone.
Michelle.
Hey y'all. Thank you for having
The
me.
cattiness.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you for
being
being
here.
here.
You're our first.
Yeah, you're the first
You're
one.
Yes.
you're popping on cherry.
Whoa.
Oh, I love to pop cherries and
Whoa.
I pop other things too.
I like. Ooh, okay. I'm hot. It's getting intense in here already. It's steaming. Okay, so today we're not doing a hot topic. We're just gonna cut right into the podcast. And what we're gonna be doing today is a little bit different, kind of like a game, I guess you would say, questionnaire, interview at the same time type of a thing. But before we do that, we want to know a little bit more about you, Melissa B. Fierce. First, before we even get into these questions, how did you come up with your name?
Well, the name Melissa, my ex-boyfriend gave me that name. The first time, yeah, right?
Ex.
I would always carry it with me for the rest of my life.
And make money off of it.
True. He won't get no coins
At
out
least
of
he was
it.
good for something.
Did he get 10%?
Hell no.
Royalties? Nothing? Okay.
Nothing.
What about the copyright?
Nothing, nada. So the first time I did drag, he actually told me that I reminded him of his girlfriend from high school.
Oh.
So that his name was Melissa.
Melissa.
And then, but my first name, I wanted my name to always be Phoenix. You know,
okay.
Because the X-Man, you know, Phoenix, righteous from the ashes, whatever. And that name was just like, it got stuck. And then I went to the club arena, and then everyone was like, hey, what's your name? What's your name? I was like, oh, it's Melissa. So ever since then,
It was Melissa.
that name just fucking stayed. I wish it would have been something sexier, huh? Like a Melissa. Hey, Melissa. It's very fucking Latina, huh?
And then how'd you
Well,
add
good thing
them?
not Juana or something like
Guadalupe.
Maria.
And then
Ave
Guadalupe.
Maria, huh?
Like Guadalupe coming to the stage.
They're gonna expect miracles from me, huh?
How did you add the be fierce?
So be fierce, I added it because it was kind of like a reminder to myself to always be fierce. You know, like
Yes.
to always look at myself
Yes.
in the mirror and be like, hey
I love
girl,
that.
be fierce.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, okay.
Love
Love
it.
that.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so we're gonna ask you a couple questions.
Go ahead.
Because we don't all really know you. I mean, we know you, you know, but
Yeah.
we don't
So,
know
I mean,
you.
for me, like, I've known you for a long time and whatnot. I feel like everyone wants to know, like, where you grew up, where you were born, like, how you were raised and stuff like that. So, tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so I was born in Mexico, Acapulco, Guerrero, and I came to the United States when I was 9 years old. Of course, coming here, knowing no word of English, it was the hardest thing I went through, you know. And I was literally just kind of thrown into elementary where, like, I didn't know what the hell was going on. The teacher didn't speak any word of Spanish, so I just was kind of just going with the flow. I didn't know. I would ask people to kind of like help me out. And then we moved to Washington State when I was when I was 10 years old. We went to Washington State, and you know Washington is like nothing but white people.
I've never been.
So it's
I've
even
never
worse.
been.
Yeah.
And rain.
And a lot of snow. We were moved to Kennewick.
Oh, wow.
It was always snowing, and same thing. I didn't know no word of English. Luckily, the teacher that I got for my 5th grade, she knew Spanish.
Oh.
And when she saw me that I was struggling, she started her own ESL class.
Wow.
Yeah, which it was after school.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of started picking up little words of learning my English here and there, and eventually I kind of caught on to it. And then we moved back to California because it was the weather over there. It was the worst. It's always snowing, and then everything's so far away. Like if you have to go to the store, you have to go drive for like 30 minutes out from where you were.
hell no.
Yeah, and then driving in the snow is the worst. So you have to wait till like they clean up the roads because of the snow, the icy roads and stuff like that.
That's a lot.
So, I mean, moving from California to Washington was a big drastic change. The weather is different. So we're like, no, we have to go back to California. We moved back to California, and luckily I already knew a little bit more English. And from there, my mom signed me up to have nothing but ESL classes throughout my junior high, and that's why I kind of like learned a little bit more of English and stuff like that.
You are literally like what we come here for, us immigrants. Like you have made it.
Yeah.
You came not knowing any English, and now you're a fucking Melissa B. Fierce. Like we have Melissa B. Fierce up in this bitch right now. Okay, that's crazy. That's. I never knew that.
Story,
I never knew that. Okay, so let's start with the interview questions. What is your legal full name?
Alfredo Salinas.
Salinas! Okay. How old are you?
Bro, you never asked the lady her age, girl.
We're talking to Alfredo right now. We're not talking to the lady.
Oh.
That's Cotty. I'm 36.
Ooh, okay.
Looking good though.
36 years. Fucking young, girl.
Looking good. There you go. 21.
Yeah.
So when was your first ever time dressing up in drag?
So,
Or performing.
No, drag first, because performing and drag is like a different thing.
Oh.
It's
We'll
might
get-
be some
Educate us.
We'll get to
Yes,
that.
please. Okay.
So the first time I did drag, I was with my boyfriend when I was 18 years old.
Is he the one that named you?
No.
Okay.
Girl, I had a lot of boyfriends.
As you
should. I gotta taste my man's hand before I fucking decide to buy the man. So I was 18 and he had a Halloween party, and every fucking drag queen always uses that excuse. Oh, I did it for Halloween, and I fucking stuck doing it. So I decided to do it, and I even performed too. But it was like no biggie. Like it was just something like very small, and I still have that picture on my wall. Like it literally is right on my wall right before I walk out of my house, like to remind me, like, bitch, you look busted. Don't ever look like this. So I did it, and then it was fun, but it was just too much work, and it was something that I didn't think I wanted to keep on doing.
Yeah.
And I just did it for fun. It was Halloween. Fuck it, why not?
What was the costume?
I did a Chicana outfit.
Oh.
With a little mini skirt, with the strap-ons, with the little crop top, girl. I have a picture. I will send you. I'll send you a picture.
You should go post
We
it.
need this.
I'll-
Yes.
I'll- yeah,
For
I'll-
reference.
yeah, I'll
Before
You
it
send-
should dress
started.
up like that today.
You should have dressed up today.
So when was your first time performing, like an actual club, like
I would say at Arena.
at arena?
At Arena.
What
and,
song was it?
Weather Bean Hoochie
Ooh, I don't know.
Arena House It's Gone.
Yeah, it's a cute song.
Well, she's been to arena before.
Okay. Yes.
I'm sure you probably heard it when they will play it here and there at the club.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
So
Play this in a bit.
I did that song at Arena. Huh? Oh. I did Arena, and it was an experience for sure.
Were you nervous?
How old were you?
Hell yeah, like 21. Yeah, 21.
Because you know everybody be getting into arena even if
Yeah.
you're not 21.
Yeah.
Girl, I started going to Arena when I was 16.
I think I
Yeah,
was
you were
16. You
16
dragged me
too.
out
Yeah.
to arena.
On a
at that age.
Wednesday.
On a Wednesday.
Yes, it was on
Wednesday.
Wednesdays.
Yeah, I would literally sneak out of my house just to go out clubbing.
Oh my god.
That should be a
same.
whore, girl.
Same.
Fuck
Find a
it.
new
Not the
boyfriend.
whore, but same.
Don't be lying, girl.
I was with a bunch of gay guys, okay? Some whore I was.
That's funny.
Oh, okay. So what about, you did your horror days, but what's your relationship status now?
Well, I just recently got engaged.
Oh,
I
nice.
see that. I actually kind of stalked your Instagram and I was like, oh, how he proposed. It was so cute.
Yeah, I just got engaged in July.
So you like this one? You're buying this one?
Yeah. You,
Well, he's buying me, girl. It was. I didn't expect it, especially because we had just gotten together and the whole pandemic was going on. So, getting engaged was the last thing on my mind, or even like being with someone. But I'm glad he came into my life because like the first couple of months when the pandemic happened, it was so hard because I live alone. And I live in a very small place, so like being stuck at home, not being able to do anything, especially like going from like working 4 or 5 nights a week to like nothing, like being around like
People and stuff,
yeah.
all the time. It was tough. It was tough from my
Yeah,
end.
it's mental health. That's what when you start.
Well, that's
dealing
such a
with
drastic
depression and
change.
stuff,
Yeah.
Yes.
Literally 0 to 100.
Yeah. So when I met him, we started talking, and then eventually I asked him, hey, like, move in with me. You know, I was just taking a leap of faith. You know, I was like, fuck it, just do it. So he moved in, and then
He was testing it before he got bought.
You know what? I didn't test this one. I was just like, fuck it, let's go. You know? Hop on. So he moved in, and then a couple months later, he was like, he proposed to me. My whole family was part of it. My mom was part of it. Yeah, we went to my mom's house, and
Did your mom know?
she knew. Yeah,
did?
she was the one that sent me to the store to buy things for her that she needed to cook. So I was
Aw.
like, okay, I'm gonna go to the store. So I came back, and the videos on my Instagram too.
Yeah.
So, and then you see how he proposed to me and everything.
That's
That's
very
so
cool.
cute. Speaking of COVID, how did that change your work life?
It changed a lot. Like I said, I used to work like a lot every night of the week. You know.
How did they tell you? I'm just curious. Do you get like an email? They
No,
calling
they
you
called
like,
me. They
hello,
would-
we're just not reopening.
Yeah, they'll call me and be like, hey, unfortunately we're gonna close. We can't work. You know, COVID is hitting hard, so we're gonna have to cancel all the gigs. And like I literally had all the gigs lined up already too, and I even had like Pride weekends
Oh, yeah,
for Long
they
Beach,
did
for
close.
San
They
Francisco.
didn't do anything.
No, they were gonna fly me all over Pride, and then they canceled all of those too.
Oh,
you know, little by little, my gigs started dropping. I'm like, fuck, like what am I gonna do? Luckily, I had money saved up,
Yeah.
but like it was hard. It was
Oh,
very
yes.
hard.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how does it feel going back to work now? Like actually starting to do shows again slowly?
Did you miss it?
Fuck yeah! I miss being around people, like entertaining. I love being on stage. I love performing. I love entertaining.
Yeah.
So now that I get to do it again, it brings such joy to me. Like I get to enjoy the things that I love. You know, I
You're
even
like
get to.
genuinely
The,
happy.
Yes.
the creative aspect of making new outfits
Yes.
and doing all that, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm always fucking like every week I will go to downtown, buy new fabric, buy new outfits. You know, like
Because he makes all his own stuff, so it's like
Really?
everything.
Yeah.
Yes, he
he
sews
makes
all
it.
his
I
own
make all my
costumes.
stuff,
Wow.
so like even that was taken away from me too, so I couldn't
Yeah.
do shit. Even like the fabric industry was closed, so I wasn't able to do anything. And now like I get to appreciate my work even
Yeah.
more because like literally it was stripped away from me, and now like it's being handed to me, and I'm like I'm gonna go ahead and
So
take
grateful
it
now.
and
Yeah.
enjoy it and appreciate it like as much as I can,
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
make the money, girl.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Make them coins.
What,
Make the coin.
what has been one of your biggest accomplishments so far in your like career?
I think probably getting on Dragula. Dragula was a
Oh.
big deal for me. It kind of helped me.
How does that go about? Like, do they reach out to you? Do you like
so
audition?
tell them what Dragula is first.
So Dragula is an alternative drag competition. It's
Okay.
nothing like RuPaul,
Okay.
nothing like. Well, it's kind of like
It's
in a
kind
mix
of it's kind of like RuPaul, but in a different way.
with like Fear Factor
So-
mixed into it.
Oh wow!
This
Yeah.
this
Oh, they
show's
tested
on
you.
Netflix, right?
Is it?
It's on Netflix.
Dragula.
It's on Netflix.
It's
on
on,
Netflix.
well, season
Okay.
2 and 3 is on Netflix, and then season 1 is on YouTube.
Oh.
So something with the rights from
Okay.
YouTube,
Yeah.
they couldn't release it to Netflix. I don't know.
And you're on
why.
season 1.
Season 1, yeah.
Okay.
So it's very different. It's nothing like pretty, nothing. It's very gory, a lot of blood, a lot of scary
Ooh.
shit. Yeah, so it's nothing like RuPaul. Like don't expect anything glamorous. Well, I think some
A couple, yeah.
couple glamour stuff here and there, but it's very different.
And he made it on the top 3
Yeah,
for Dragula.
I got on top 3. I was in top 3, and I think I probably got I was like
The second
the
runner
runner-up. Yeah. And I think that's like my biggest accomplishment that I've done with drag as to date. I mean, I want to do more, but I'm leaving it to the universe to see where it takes me. You know.
Yeah.
So what is your goal? Like what's your
Well,
main goal that you want to do?
I want to get on Drag Race.
You want to get on RuPaul's Drag
Yeah, I
Race?
want to get on RuPaul's Drag Race, and I mean, I think I have so much to show, and I think I want to like show it to the world. You know, not
Yes.
just locally, but I want to show it everywhere.
Yes.
What do you think that you will bring to Drag Race that you haven't seen so far?
Well, I mean, I've always said that I would always stick to my heritage, my culture, which is Mexican, Latino,
Bravo.
you know.
Yes.
I always want to stick to that. And I know we already have Valentina on season 9, but I think she showed she wasn't allowed to show so much, and I want to continue that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the Latin community, we are so not represented as much in the American television, that I think it's time for like people to step up and be like, you know what, like we exist, we are here, and we need to like make a change, you know.
Yeah.
We need to be represented, you know. We're Latinos.
We have a big voice.
Yeah,
especially
and
here in this
especially
country.
our culture is fucking beautiful. There's so many
Yes.
fucking shit to represent from.
I love our culture.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love our culture.
And then I've always said to like, when I get on Drag Race, I want to go back to like growing up, like, watching El Chavo del Ocho, or just doing little things like that, and doing it, but turn it into drag, you know,
Yeah.
like and like letting the Latino knows that I'm bringing our culture to television, be like,
Yeah.
oh shit, like she knows what's up, you know.
Yeah.
I want to do that,
That'll be
and I want to continue to do that.
Yeah.
That'll be dope. That's pretty dope.
Love it.
Who's your biggest drag inspiration?
Well,
that you look up to, like.
Well, makeup wise and performance wise, I would say Raven. Like Raven has always been an inspiration for me. And do you guys know who Raven is?
Yeah.
Yeah?
He came out of RuPaul.
Yeah.
RuPaul's, yeah. Now she's RuPaul's makeup artist now.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think she's always been an inspiration to me ever since I first watched her perform at Oasis back in
Yeah,
the days.
it's crazy how it's gone
You
far
did
at
show
Oasis.
Aces.
And not
Yes,
only
you
that,
dragged me there too.
but he's also won his first Emmy too.
Yeah.
His Emmy for doing RuPaul's makeup.
Mhm.
So that's crazy how big he's gone, you know?
Yeah, I think that's my biggest inspiration. And then other than that, like I think I inspire myself just to be a better drag queen every
That's good.
fucking day.
That's good.
Your own
Yeah.
inspiration. And the last question for this mini interview that we're doing for you: how did you feel, or how was it the first time that you ever like did actual like drag, like out, like
In the
perform,
streets.
full
In the
ass
streets.
out, like
Ass
dropped, you know, like gave it to me.
I think probably at Oasis too, when I did a competition, I think when I did Web Battle, you remember when I did Web Battle Oasis with
Yeah.
the red outfits, and I had dancers, I had the whole thing going on, girl.
Backup dancers.
You know what though? I
ready.
like that one, and I like the one that you did at 340 as well. You did the mix, the lemonade with the transition into, I think it was Beyonce.
Yeah, and I had dancers too.
Yeah, you had dancers too.
I had one of Lady Gaga's dancer as my backup dancer too.
Wow.
Michael Silas,
Wow.
yeah,
good.
that one was good too.
That was a good show, yeah. That was probably one of my favorite shows for me. Was that one? That one.
My
It was a really
favorite
good show.
was
Yeah.
the
Oh, you know what
I've
too? The one at Mickey's when you were in the competition for Hoochie Bitch.
Oh, my last
That
one when I won,
that-
yeah.
When you
We
won.
need to
yes.
go to your,
Marlene.
your brunch.
Why haven't we been to Hoochie Bitch?
Right.
I'm waiting for my invite.
You guys should come check me out.
Yeah.
Yes.
We would love that.
I have a quick question though.
Yes.
Have you ever had sex in drag?
Yes.
Is that role play?
It's complicated, girl. It's complicated, girl. You have to put your hair in a bun.
No. Oh, you see how he did that? All right. Well, now we know a little bit more about him, but we're gonna get to know more about him. The game questionnaire type of a thing that we're doing today is first time.
That's
So,
our topic. It's first time.
It's first time. That's our topic. So we're going to ask questions mainly directed towards Melissa, and we're going to figure out
We're
some
gonna
of
chime
the
in.
first times. You know.
First times, you know.
All right. So the first time.
go.
Give us the tea.
I know.
Yeah.
I
Before
want-
this, so let's all take a little sip.
Okay.
Oh,
of our
cheers
drink.
to that.
Cheers. Water. It's
Of our
water.
Holy water.
Holy vodka.
Now that you say that though, in Dragula, he had a rosary up his ass.
Crucifix. It was a crucifix. It was a rosary, but it was like a jumbo-sized rosary. And the last challenge we were asked to do a horror, filth, and
Glamour.
look. So for my filth, I did a nun with like a bloody vagina
I need to watch that
with the crucifix,
Yes,
with
I
the
really
crucifix
do.
I know
up,
what I'm doing tonight.
with the crucifix up my ass, like dressed as a nun, ripping the Bible and cleaning myself with the Bible. You guys have to watch it, and then
Oh, I
at
need
the
to see it
end,
now.
at
I
the end, I
can't.
rip it out of my butt.
Oh my god.
I'm watching.
I'm telling you guys,
watching this
Binge,
shit.
literally binge. watching.
Yes.
This
Yep.
show is gonna fucking trip you the fuck out, and just be ready for what you guys gonna see. It's crazy.
It was entertaining though.
Yeah.
I felt like for me it was more entertaining this show than RuPaul's. So that
Yeah.
the last couple of seasons of RuPaul's has been kind of boring.
Mm-hmm.
Especially this season too. It's been
It's
like
changed so
really
much.
boring. Like
It's
like
changed so much. I think probably the last good season that Drag Race had was probably like 6.
Valentina. I think
You
that
think
was
so?
the last one.
Yeah. I think season 6 was like the best season. Like
My all time was season 2 though. 2 and 3.
Oh, with Raven?
Yeah.
And Morgan, yeah.
All right, so let's get into this. Melissa,
Yes.
the first time getting drunk.
Damn, girl. I don't even fucking remember. Let me see. Let me go back.
Blacked out at the gate.
Probably, girl. I've known you to blacking out because I black out all the time, girl. Even to this day, girl. But I black out right now with this drink. Girl, I don't even remember.
We're like 13.
Bitch, probably like 10. I'm just kidding, you guys. No, do not drink, okay?
He was in Washington in the snow getting drunk.
I don't remember, honestly, to be quite
I
frank.
honestly don't remember.
I remember my first time. My
You do?
first time was my parents had left the house, so me and my cousin had a party at my house. And I remember it was, guess what I was drinking? I was drinking Hypnotic. You
Oh,
guys, yes. You guys remember that drink? I was like 15, 14, 15. I was like, what? And I was throwing up the whole night, just like
Oh my
Hypnotic.
God.
It was all blue. I'm like, ooh.
By yourself?
Never I drank that again in my life.
Okay, I need the whole story. By yourself? You said no.
it was
Who were you
a
with?
party with
Oh,
my
the party.
cousins.
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd you get the alcohol? How old were you?
I was 15, 14, 15, my cousins.
Oh,
Yeah.
and that's what they selected.
Do you guys remember the
Choices.
first time you guys
Right?
I don't remember. First time? You remember?
I don't know if this is the first time though, but one time I remember it was like, one time I remember. So I may have not remembered.
The one time I didn't
But the
black
one
out.
time when I was younger, I remember I was in 8th grade. How old were you in?
You're like 14?
Yeah.
Because when you're a freshman, you're 15.
And
you
it
get
was
it.
one of my friend's parties, and I remember she got like a cool jumper, and like her brother was in charge. We all know that doesn't mean anyone's fucking navigating anything, regulating shit.
No.
And I remember we literally got like the wine out of this girl's like parents' little wine chest thing. And now that I'm older, I'm like, why did I drink that? That shit was like orange. Like I don't even know. It definitely was supposed
What
to be a white
possessed
wine,
me?
but it was like orange. And I just remember being drunk in this jumper.
What the fuck?
In a jumper. Yeah, that's how young I was.
All
Embarrassing.
right. What was your first time ditching school?
I
And was it for dick?
I wish.
Aye.
You know what? I never ditched school ever until I was a senior, and then it was ditching senior day. Or
So responsible.
yeah, I was a
Okay.
good
On a
boy.
designated day to ditch.
I was such a good
He
boy.
did it because it was being done.
Yeah, and then everyone was like, "Oh, come on, just
It's
join."
like
And
fun.
I was
It's
like,
all in the
"Okay."
senior calendar on day one.
And you know what? That was the first time I ever smoked weed too.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I was like, okay,
El
cute.
niño bueno.
I was such a good kid in school.
Your mom must love you.
Yeah, she does. I'm her favorite.
So it was on senior ditch day then.
Yeah.
And then what'd you do? Just like, where'd you go?
We went to some friend's house, and then we were just there chilling, drinking, and
Getting high.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't remember the first time I ditched, but I ditched all the fucking times. Like, me and Marlene, probably our senior year, were in school like maybe once a week.
Yeah.
No way.
It was, okay, no, it got so bad. I mean, I was a good student. Like, I always got my shit done. I always had really
Yeah,
good
I
grades.
graduated with 5 points
Yeah.
extra credit.
I was like good, like
Points of
I
extra-
got my shit done.
extra
But it got so bad that I would have nightmares that I like my counselor would tell me like you're not graduating. Because we were literally like ditching all the time. Not that we were like doing anything fun or exciting, we just didn't want to.
So what were you guys doing at the mall?
At the mall?
We went to like Beverly Hills, Rodeo
I would
Drive one
drive.
time.
Yeah.
we would just
What a
go in-
mess.
We would go to that place to take pictures.
Q. Do you guys remember
Yeah.
Q?
Q and
Yeah, we would go
City of
there all the
Industry,
time.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would go
Yeah,
there.
it was just random shit.
We weren't doing anything valuable.
Nothing
We're
valuable
educating
at the time.
ourselves.
We
That's
just-
all.
I don't recall the first time that I ditched, but I know before I went to Ontario High School, I we used to go to Gladstone in Azusa. That's where we lived, but we moved halfway between the year. But my mom still kept taking me to the school, and I would ditch all the time with my friends there. And one time, one teacher like had a thing out for me, and he would always like write me up. And then I finally got sent to the principal's office, and I was gonna get expelled because I was ditching so much. And then instead of getting expelled, I was like, I don't even belong to your district.
Oh,
okay?
shit.
I was like, so just like, let me
go.
Yeah, so then they're like, oh yeah, you have to go to your district. And then I moved to
Yeah.
Ontario. I was
So
bad.
What a mess.
The first time you drove,
And who taught you?
The first time, the person who taught me how to drive is some lady that I used to go to church, or Christian church. And I'm a Christian woman, girl. So one day I was like, hey, can you teach me how to drive? She was like, sure. So we went to her
Sister,
driving. So she taught me how to drive, and and then the first time I actually owned a car, and I was going to beauty school. And then I woke up one day so late, and then I was like, fuck, what do I do? And I was so scared to get on the damn freeways that I was fucking, I had the biggest fear. So one day I was fucking running late for school, and I was like, fuck it, you're gonna have to jump this damn freeway, girl. So I was like, here we go. I jumped on the freeway, and then the whole time I was so fucking paranoid, freaking out, because I was just so scared. So I stayed in the first lane the whole time. The whole time I fucking
So
fucked where I
Johnny
was
Pablo's
at.
car. I don't care if you go around.
Not even one hunky that made her.
Hands in tennis.
You're like, I'm in the slow lane. I don't care.
Yeah.
The first time that I drove and who taught me, I was a freshman, and I had a senior boyfriend. And
Ooh,
he,
the older men.
Okay. Always, I don't know, it's been a thing. And he would always drive like his mom's car. I mean, we were young, careless, and he'd be like, here, you drive. And I kind of just like self-taught myself to drive in his mom's car.
Ooh, the balls.
Yeah.
Tell me, Candace, did you go to driving school?
Oh, so
Oh, of course, Larry paid for behind the wheel
yeah.
classes.
So-
Yeah.
100%.
Us Mexicans.
Of course, Larry.
Us Mexicans.
See, us Mexicans, we don't do that
Yeah.
shit.
They're like, here, go to the market, go get me something, here's keys. Like, okay.
no, my dad. So the first day I got my license, and I was driving like as a licensed driver. I had been home maybe like 15 minutes. Of course, my dad took me. They even told me, you passed by 1 point, homegirl. And I was like, me telling my dad like, okay, like winning. We get to the house, my dad's like, all right, go back to school, like you responsible human. All right, get in the car. Mind you, this car was like 2 months old. My dad bought it for me. Getting out the driveway, right? Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I want to say we had a tricky driveway. Nah,
It's the fucking driveway's fault.
in my head, we had a tricky driveway, right? Nope, I'm back, reverse, straight over a curb, right into the trash can.
Oh, no.
My dad was like, get the fuck back in the driveway. I don't know why they gave you a license. We're going back to you to be retested.
Damn.
what a
Embarrassing.
mess.
All right, guy. Melissa, the
Yes.
first time you went to a party.
First time I went to a party, probably a tea party.
Did you play Monopoly?
Did I play Monopoly? Is that a trick question?
No, like board games? Or you
At a
like
tea
what
party?
you do?
No, you never heard of tea party?
No.
Oh, girl, let me so I can tell you.
Okay, spill the tea about the tea parties.
So tea parties are flyer parties,
Oh, okay.
Oh.
but
Oh.
gay, but they call
Oh.
it tea parties.
Okay.
And then the same thing, same shit happens. You know, you do your drinks, whatever the fuck you're doing, and it's just like a flyer party.
I love how you said
gay.
flyer party, like takes me back.
But it's
Yeah.
nice
That used
because
to
at
be a
these
thing.
tea
Yeah,
parties,
I was gonna
they
say.
have performances by drag queens. So like drag queens will
Oh.
perform.
Yeah.
And
Love
they're
it.
they're like by little crews, like little like
Party cruise.
Every-
So it's like a flyer party, like how we would go, but just
Gay.
gay.
gay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, my first
Not
party
like
was.
the performances. There's like performances there.
Oh, there was like no performances, but I mean, that person was grinding on that person. That shit was a fucking performance. But yeah, I don't remember my first party, but I'm sure it was with Marlene somewhere. And they were all flyer parties, and they were all nos,
Yeah.
this,
No drama.
no wall huggers,
Yeah.
kegs,
No wall huggers.
no, no in and out.
Oh, girl.
And the
For
girls are
sure.
always free. The girls are
Yeah,
always free.
I mean,
Well, the
unless-
drag queens were over free. Hey.